Alright guys, today I want to start with a new video. It's a tier list ranking, tier list of World of Warcraft zones. Especially now we are concentrating on World of Warcraft Classic. That means today we start with Kalimdor. Next week I would say we get the Eastern Kingdoms, and then maybe I think I rank together TBC zones and rough zones together, and then maybe later on we will see which is the king of the zones. So minimum 3 parts the video, like I said, Kalimdor, Eastern Kingdoms, and then the TBC zones and the rough zones together. And then we talk about the best zones and the worst zones overall. So that means today the first video is now starting with Kalimdor. I will ride through all the zones. I will talk about what is good, what is bad, the soundtrack of the zone, the nostalgia of the zone, how much time I spend there, or many also other people how much time they usually spend there, how many different kind of mobs are there around. Yeah, so kind of I try to put everything what you can say about a zone, every topic about a zone into this video, but for sure I need to keep it as short as possible. On high quality zones I will talk a little bit more, on very low quality zones I will talk a little bit less. So I hope that maybe at the end of the day I talk about maybe around 2 minutes of each zone. I would say I try to show you also 1 or 2 iconic places in each zone, so that we have here a little bit of a nice overview. So that's it. Have fun with the video guide and with the video tier list, the WoW tier list about the zones. It's starting. See you. And hello, we start our journey here in front of Orgrimmar in Durotar, one of the starting zones of World of Warcraft. All starting zones are amazing in my opinion. They are all good, or maybe even very good. Yeah, Orgrimmar in the background, maybe the most iconic city in World of Warcraft, together with Stormwind, I would say. I play at the moment Horde, but that doesn't matter, should not matter today in this video. As you can see here, the Zeppelins, always an awesome part of Durotar here when they fly around. Yeah, mostly it's here red stone, so this is maybe one of the downsides of Durotar, but apart from this you have here also palm trees, cactus you have, so it's definitely a very nice zone. Like I said, soundtrack on point. We are here, that's why I have this little map here inside of the screen for you, that you know where we are. I guess most players know it, but that doesn't matter. Now we also go here to the south. It's also a very nice area with the troll camp and the islands here, so let's head there. Yeah, now we are here in the troll camp. I mean, look at this. Durotar has not only the desertic red stones like you can see here everywhere. It also has here, it's an ocean on the side of Durotar, as you can see it here on the map, and these nice islands with another troll ruins and stuff like this. So overall, Durotar, a great zone. You start here as an orc, you start here as a troll. We have Orgrimmar, we have a nice zone, we have a very good soundtrack. So I would definitely rank it here into the A tier. Let me see where it is. Durotar here. A tier, because why? It is definitely possible to do it better in my opinion, and that's what I will show you in the next coming zones. We are here, Teldrassil, also in Kalimdor. I extra made here this level 1 druid to show you this zone. Another starting zone. Listen to the soundtrack, is perfect for this zone. really look at this. It's like an island that is a complete forest. Is everything is fitting perfectly. It gives a little bit of Zelda vibes. When it's in the forest in Zelda. Everything looks friendly. Yeah, you have to fight your things. I mean, it's World of Warcraft at the end of the day. We have Darkshore as another capital city. Darkshore is not that often visited, so it's not that iconic, to be honest. It's special because it's a big tree, everything here. And yeah, later on in the expansions, the tree gets destroyed by Sylvanas. That makes it a little bit more dramatic. But overall, like I said, look at here around. Everything looks perfectly shaped into the theme of the zone. I mean, if you like Night Elf, is the perfect area to be here. The soundtrack is on point. Everything works so perfect together that you just can enjoy. I know players who travels here to level there, and then also in the following zones that are kind of similar to this. I would give it another. How would I give it? S tier, A tier. This is hard. I think as a Night Elf player or a Night Elf friend, you definitely would put it into the S tier. Otherwise, I see it more in the A tier, to be honest. Let's hop over to the next zone. Alright guys, next zone, Darkshore. Definitely not my favorite zone. Feels a little bit like a street that you walk here from the south to the north, and you only have like 100 meter to the left, 100 meter to the right. Also not the best soundtrack in my opinion. A little bit this mysterious forest soundtrack, I would call it. A little bit dark here. I mean, it's called Darkshore. You see here the shore. The shore is not nice like maybe in Booty Bay or something like this. It's more dark. It feels cold. So as a Night Elf player, you maybe like this zone. Apart from this, I would not give it a high ranking. It has a harbor here. The harbor is, if I'm not wrong, only connect. No, it's only also going to a different. Is it also going to Menethil? I'm not sure. It has here a harbor with this small Night Elf city. That's definitely a plus point. But apart from that, I would say kind of a boring zone that more feels like a filler to go to Ashenvale, which will be our next station. And sorry, I forgot the ranking. I would give it here B tier. It's not bad, it's not good. As a Night Elf player, you maybe would even give it an A tier, but apart from this, it's maybe even high C or low B. So that's it, we come to the next zone. We're coming to the next zone, Ashenvale, a very, very big zone. In my opinion, also a very, very awesome zone. It is, in my opinion, it would be the perfect transition from Teldrassil to this one. Maybe too similar, but yeah, I like it, and I like it even more than Teldrassil because it's much bigger. It gives you I think the level range is till 30. You can see it here on the map. It is as you can see, it's kind of the same size than Barrens, so it's massive. Just to be honest, I like big zones, especially if they are high quality. You have in the middle of the map Azshara for the Alliance. You have also at the right top an outpost from the Horde. So maybe also the first time that you see one guy of the other faction. Soundtrack fits perfectly to the zone. We have a shore also on the left here, a small one, sure. And yeah, just listen to it. I mean, you feel good here. You want to spend here a lot of time. You can spend here a lot of time if you really make a request. If you maybe also grind here a little bit, As you can see, the map shows you from 18 to 30 is possible here. I'm pretty sure with a lot of grinding, but you can spend here a lot of time. And especially if you're a Night Elf player, or maybe an Alliance player that is extra coming here for leveling through the Night Elf zones, you will spend here a lot of time. So we come very quick here to the ranking because the zone is just awesome. I think it's the first zone that I would give an S tier here. Things can change over the time here, but at the moment I would rank it the first S tier zone. It's awesome. It feels good. I like it here. Everything is on point. Is just on point. A lot of different mobs, big zone, soundtrack, everything. We have water, we have forest, we have a shore. Yeah, it's on point. We're coming to the next zone. We go to Felwood. Alright, we are here in Felwood. Yeah, what should I say? I'm not a fan of Felwood. It's a cursed forest, so cursed with Fel, I would say, or another player here around. Yeah, I don't like it. Why? Because I usually don't like zones where I don't feel comfortable. That means my most favorite zones are zones where I would build a house, a home, a family, if I would live in this fantasy world. Felwood is definitely not something I would consider on this, so yeah, the soundtrack fits good to the zone in my opinion. The green water makes sense, but yeah, looks very poisonous. Overall, a zone that usually you don't spend a lot of time is a small zone, or more small zone, as you can see here on the map. But yeah, it's between Ashenvale and Winterspring, so you definitely usually go through it. You make your 1 or 2 levels, but that's it. Overall, not a great zone. Yeah, I mean, let me see. The idea behind the zone is good, but like I said, I don't feel comfy here. I don't feel good. I give it only a C tier. I could understand B tier to be honest, but I give it a C tier here now. We heading now to Winterspring. We are just super quick in Moonglade. I am not counting Moonglade really as a zone in my opinion. That's why I will give it definitely a low rank here. Usually you only spend your time as a druid. Overall, again, it's a forest that is green. So also you have some water here. Overall, not a bad zone, but you're not spending time here. That's why to be honest, I don't even see it as a zone. That's why I give it here a low rank. I will put it into the D tier. As a druid, maybe you call it home. As every other class, you just don't care. Let's go now to Winterspring. Yeah, Winterspring. If you love snow, you love Winterspring. It's an awesome zone in my opinion, a very big zone. You can level here to max level in Classic, or maybe to 58 to transition over to TPC zones. So overall, it's a very nice zone. Good soundtrack, a very iconic little city or town with Everlook in the middle of the map. You know that you also go here for the Winterfell Firewater. If you were going for world buffs in Classic, you have here in the top the guy who gives you the quest for getting for the Winterspell for the Winterfell Sabler, or however this white tiger is called. So overall, a nice city, a nice zone, also a little bit with Christmas vibes, if you like. Yeah, let me say a white forest in the Christmas time. It's a little bit different. We have not a lot of snow here in the classic zones, so definitely something special. I really like the zone. I would give it here a very clear A tier, I would say. low A tier, high B tier. Something that we could think about or discuss it. I think I like the zone. Yeah, Winterspring is iconic. I mean, yeah, definitely I like the zone. I keep it in A tier, and we see us in a moment in Azshara. Alright guys, we are here in Azshara. As you can see, it looks a little bit mountains, a little bit forest, an autumn forest, so everything red and brown, a little bit of green for sure, a lot of these ruins, a lot of nagas, yeah, because it's Azshara called the zone. For me overall not a great zone, the soundtrack is okay, nothing special. You have here these ruins. If you like those ruins, if you like nagas, then maybe you like the zone, but for me the zone has, I don't know, it feels, I would not say empty, but it feels like disconnected from the game. The only thing that you're doing here is doing the Mulgore pre-quest. Apart from that, I think I really never did hear something. I also never heard about somebody saying like, "Wow, Azshara, what a great zone." So feels a little bit displaced, to be honest. In the game, like they created a zone, but then they were not sure how to fill it. Azshara, the character Azshara, is playing a big role later on in the game, but not at this time of the game. So also this is nothing, no really story here. Overall, the zone is not looking bad. I mean, you can see it by yourself, but I have zero connection with this zone. If the zone would not be in the game, apart from the Mulgore pre-quest, I would not even recognize it. You also never come there. It's like only through the Ashenvale forest, so it's not like a zone that you walk through. So overall, I have to give it here a D tier. It feels a little bit like a Moonglade for everybody. You only go there for this one quest. Apart from that, nothing you have to do. So not a great zone. That's it. We're coming to the next. We are here, Barrens. Definitely one of the top zones in Warcraft. It's not a starting zone, but it gives you the vibe of a starting zone together with a later on zone. It's a 15 to 30 level range. It's a very big zone from north to south. You can see here that already the difference of, it's a little bit looking like a grassland. You have oasis with water. We have crossroads, very iconic town or city in camp in World of Warcraft. We have Ratchet. We have a nice soundtrack, relaxed, but also gives you good vibes. We have different mobs. We have here also wildlife that feels a little bit alive. We have the Centaur. We have so many different things here in this zone that makes it, in my opinion, just awesome. Really, look at this. Everywhere you can look around, there's something that you can see, that you think like, yeah, maybe that's worth to give it a further look. I will now just interrupt the video. I will show you Crossroads, I will show you Ratchet, and then the final decision how we rank the Barrens. Look at this, the sound, everything is perfect, especially as a Horde player. I mean, I know it's a Horde zone, so as an Alliance player you don't feel a big connection with it, but I guess everybody already leveled a character. We are entering here now, Crossroads. Like I said, a very iconic Horde town, camp, whatever you want to call it. It's just awesome. It feels good to be here. It feels like home, living in one of these tents or huts or whatever you want to call it. And now we are going on the way to Ratchet. I will interrupt the video and we will see. I see you there. So yeah, we are here about to enter Ratchet. Also another very iconic city or town. Is a harbor connecting with Booty Bay. Look at this. I mean, just the view is so awesome. Also here on the map, as you can see it here in the Barrens, we have here this nice coast. You can fight here pirates. There are already some, I don't know if it's really Alliance guys, but you can find them here. And all this what I showed you right now on the map is more in the north of the Barrens, here around this area. This area we are. And there's also the south. And the south is a little bit less going on, but still you have some oases here around, and everything is so really you just feel perfect here. Look at this. Yeah, what should I say, guys? I guess you already could figure it out that for me, definitely the Barrens is S tier. I also would rank it higher than Ashenvale, so I will put it before Ashenvale. Let's see where we continue. Maybe Mulgore or Stonetalon Mountains. I will make the decision in a second, and then I will see you in the next zone. Alright guys, Stonetalon Mountains. I don't know, it's not like I dislike it, but it's also not one of my fave zones. It feels a little bit small, but it is very big. It is very big if you have to walk here all the way. Now in rough, you know, level 20 mounts, so it's okay, but yeah, it's definitely long ways that you have here to run to do some quests. Not a lot of quests here. Feels a little bit like a connection zone, to be honest. Soundtrack is definitely fine. Also the zone is not bad. You have some water, you have big mountains, hills, so it's not to blame it, but also it's nothing iconic, you know the zone is there, but it's not like you celebrate like, yeah, now I go to the Stonetalon Mountains, I will spend there a lot of time. I would say it's more like quick in, quick out. Maybe you make 2 levels or something like this. In the level range you can see it says 15 to 27, but that's for me very unrealistic. That means more you can enter this zone on these levels definitely, but nobody is being here around for 12 levels. Also here, look, it looks everything a little bit empty, but so overall not a great zone, not a bad zone. I think I will rank it low B tier. Or C tier? Let us low B tier, maybe later on we can change that. Alright, that's it for the Stonetalon Mountains. See you in the next zone. Oh, we are here now in Desolace. I just be honest with you, for me, one of the worst zones in World of Warcraft, especially in Classic. I think later on it's looking different, but in Classic, TPC, Wrath, I mean, look at this. Everything looks grey, it looks dead, it looks empty, it looks a little bit like on the moon, being on the moon, like, yeah, it's nothing really here. Yeah, you have a shore on the west coast, sure, that is a little plus point, so that you have some water, but overall, please look at this. I mean, grey, soundtrack is just the same from other zones. It's not really fitting in my opinion here. So the soundtrack is not bad, but it just not fits. If this zone would not have Maraudon, one of the more important dungeons in Classic, then I think would have no reason to have this zone here in the game. Overall, not a nice zone, not a good zone in my opinion. I don't like to be here, I don't feel good. Also, I never heard about other people. Just one of my friends asked Desolace, where is it even, and he played a lot of Classics, so yeah, I think that shows overall. Desolace, not a great zone. It feels not good to be here. We place it very low. Where is it? Desolace, here. Also the picture is very grey. D tier. No need to be Desolace. It has more quests and everything else to do than Azshara and Moonglade. These two zones are not looking bad, they are just unnecessary. That's why I put them in also in the D tier. Desolace definitely have a point with Maraudon, with some quests, but it's just not looking good, not feeling good. So that's it. We come to the next. Alright guys, we are here in Feralas, close to the shore on the west. Always nice, a little harbor, ships, is something definitely that I like. Also the zone looks good, it's a forest, it's a jungle. There's nothing negative about it. I think Feralas gets a little bit less appreciation from the people. It also has Diamol, one of the more important dungeons in especially in classic World of Warcraft. That means was even a phase 0.5. I don't even know exactly, was it phase 2.5 when it was coming out, or 1.5, so I'm not sure. So definitely a very important dungeon. You see here the different soundtracks, a little bit this jungle style, a little bit this more Night Elf forest style. It is a mix of those things, and I think also the zone is a mix. Different, a lot of different mobs that you have to fight here. We have gnolls, we have ogres, so we have some waterfalls here. Definitely a nice zone in my opinion. Also level range from 40 to 50. It's already a zone where you usually have to mount. Sometimes you have the feeling that the zones later on where you have to mount, they are not so much appreciated as the zones that you really walk through. Besides the zone is annoying and you don't like to walk through it. But overall, as you can see here, it's for me a good looking zone. I like to be here. So I definitely would rank it. I would say high B tier. High B tier. It's definitely much better. Is it much better than the Stonetalon Mountains? So I think I put the Stonetalon Mountains here into the C tier. Because definitely Feralas is better. Darkshore, I know some people like Darkshore, but okay, we will figure this out later on more and more. That's it at the moment, so we continue with the next zone. Alright, we're here in Thousand Needles. To be honest, I think it's a funny zone. I guess everybody has a strong opinion about Thousand Needles. It's very iconic, I would say. Do I like it? Not so much, because it is definitely weird. It feels like a big zone, but only 50% of the zone is like places that you can reach. So everywhere this desertic area with these high hills, mountains, I don't even know how this is called. And then we have also this big salt lake that we will come into in a second. The soundtrack here is on point. The area is not looking bad, but I don't like to quest here. Like I said, it's very weird, not reachable points. In a second we come to the more nice part with the salt lake, and then we will finally rank the zone. Maybe something other. Another kind of thing about 1,000 Needles, this elevators, wood elevators that are running with magic. I mean, I don't see any ropes or chains or whatever. And then yeah, these very high towns here, torrent towns. Not bad looking, to be honest. So I just wanted to show you. Now we're going over to we're heading to the Shimmering Flats. So yeah, we are here, Shimmering Flats, with this racing track here that we have. Very iconic place in World of Warcraft Classic. Definitely this makes ranking the zone much higher than it usually would be. The zone overall is not nice because, like I said, it lacks a little bit of availability where you can even move, because all these big mountains, big hills that are coming out of the ground that you cannot even enter. But apart from this, it's not a bad zone, I would say. I can definitely appreciate to be here. Late on in the game, it looks different. It's flooded with water, but at that moment, it is like it is. And the shimmering flats, like you can see here, are definitely iconic and giving you a nice look. So overall, I would rank the Thousand Needles into the B tier as well. It has some nice parts, it has some bad parts. I think that makes it very good to rank in the B tier. Let's go to the next zone. Alright, we are now in the starting zone from the Draenei. Definitely, like all the starting zones, a good zone. As you can see here, it's a good looking forest. For me, as a Warcraft player, I don't feel so connected to this zone. Maybe because also I never really played Draenei. It feels a little bit less alive. The soundtrack is not bad, but also not so giving me a feeling like, wow, man, I want to spend here hours and hours. For sure, the crystalline stuff, it looks good. Also here, the buildings look good, different from the other races. But yeah, overall, I have not a big connection to the zone. But I have to be honest, it's not looking bad. Different lakes, rivers, forest, cliffs, stuff like this. You have everything around to feel here good. Different mobs, NPCs walking around. You have with Exeter, you have the capital city of the Draenei. So all starting zones are good zones, and I just want to make clear that a B tier zone is not a bad zone, but this is what I will give here. It's not here in this list here, sadly. It's not ranked here, so I cannot put it upstairs, put it up here, but it's definitely, I would rank it into the B tier. I would say high B tier, because like I said, all the starting zones are very well designed, but I don't feel that connection so much, and it feels a little bit less alive than the Barrens, Durotar, Elwyn Forest and stuff like this. So that's it. Not bad, not good. B tier. Good B tier. That's it. Next zone. Yeah, next starting zone here. Last for Kalimdor. Tauren starting zone. I mean, look at this. It's an awesome zone. Everything looks perfect. I mean, if you don't know, we are in World of Warcraft. Could also be a drawed picture of a nice area in, I don't know, Canada, USA, whatever. Is just amazing. The landscape. We have a lot of grass. We have trees. We have nice water. We have here a little Tauren camp. I also will show you in a second Thunder Bluff. You see here the horizon a Zeppelin flying. Yeah, it's just feel good. It's just feel good. The soundtrack is not bad and also not awesome. It's not like, wow, this is perfect fitting for this area here. It's definitely good, so nothing to complain about. Look at this sound now. Yeah, it fits very good. It fits very good. So I interrupt here, or I stop here the video, and then I see you when we arrive to Thunder Bluff. Quick another view here. I mean, look at this. Wow, it's just here, a little bridge. Will you help me find my dog? It looks so friendly, this area. You can already see here Thunder Bluff now at the horizon on these big hills. It's just awesome. It's just awesome. Very open fields. Yeah, maybe you could say it's a little bit empty, but really I like it. I mean, look at this. You want to live here, you want to have a life here. It's just awesome overall. Look at this. So we can directly rank it. I guess there is no other choice than put it into the S tier here. Where is it? Mulgore or Mulgore? Best starting zone in Kalimdor, so Durotar, Teldrassil A tier. B tier is, like I said, the Draenei starting zone that I cannot put here because I don't have the label for it. So that's it with the starting zones. We have 4 zones left, so in a second I see you in a new zone. Alright guys, we're here at Dustwallow Marsh. A very iconic zone again. Why? Because I guess we all know it and we are heading to it, so I will show it to you in a second. Onyxia. I guess the most popular raid boss in World of Warcraft. I guess if the people asked it, don't play World of Warcraft, and if they could name one of the raid bosses, it would be Onyxia. The big dragon, the first big dragon that you fight in World of Warcraft, and Onyxia is also coming back later on, like some other raid bosses. So also for the pre-quest you're coming here, you can level here as a horde, as an alliance player. Overall, this swampy zone, I'm not sure if I like it so much. It's okay because first of all you can ride through these things, you are not swimming, that's good. That saves you time. The soundtrack is okay. There is nothing to complain about it. As you can listen it right now, it is working good with the zone overall. But yeah, it's a little bit dark. It's again a zone where I would not like to live. That makes it possible to rank it higher, but I will also show you now 2 iconic things. The harbor from the Alliance, which is a very nice harbor. And then we also heading to Onyxia right now, so I'm back in a second. And here it is, Onyxia's Wyrmborg, I think it's called. It looks awesome. It's very dangerous, especially when you are going here the first time. I guess everybody knows the boss fight, very iconic. Also the sounds, the raid announcements in some of the add-ons are very iconic, so everybody loves it, I guess. That's it with Onyxia, and we're now heading to Terramore. Yeah, and now we're here, Terramore. Not a very safe place as a horde player, but looks awesome here. It's a very nice alliance fortress with an harbor, so everything what you need, everything what you want. If you like the game at all, the fantasy behind the games, the ships, the ballistas, yeah, everything here looks very nice in shape. So overall, let us rank this. We have here, let us see. Okay, we have here, where is it? Dustwallow, I rank it B tier, but in my opinion very high. It has some very iconic moments like Terramore, like Onyxia, but all the area outside of Onyxia's Wyrmborg and Terramore looks so similar. Everything is just swamp, that's, I cannot rank it higher. But it's a good zone, nothing bad about it. High B tier, definitely. We go to the next. Alright guys, we are here in Silithus. What should I say about the zone? I can definitely tell you that I don't like it that much. It feels empty, it feels like it's only there for the raid Ankirai, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but the size of the zone then makes no sense because it's a very big zone. All what you can see here is sand, insects, crystals, some, I don't know, tornadoes, twisters, I don't know how you guys call it, and yeah, that's it. Soundtrack is okay, the raid is good, but like I say, the zone feels not really ready, not really available. It's not a good zone overall, so I will rank it right now directly. I make it here quick. Silithus for me D tier. Another zone with no real reason to go there besides the raid. I know there were some reputation farming things. You spent maybe a lot of time if you were going for the achievement, for the title. I forgot the name of the title, you know, with the Ankirai mount and stuff like this. But apart from that, no reason to go here. That's it. 2 zones left, Ungoro and Tanaris. Let's head over. Alright guys, we are in Ungoro. I guess everybody knows it, everybody appreciates Ungoro. A lot of things are going on, a lot of quests. You can level here in a very good way. I always do it in Classic and TPC, also rough, and if I have to level a character. I go here for leveling. I love dinosaurs. It's a jungle. It's like an old volcano. Also in the middle of the map there is still the volcano active that you can see there. We have a nice camp, a neutral camp in the north. We have the insects cave in the south. So also different areas. We have a lake. We have here this river that leads to a swampy field. I would call it a field of swamps. It's definitely a lot of ores here. The Devil Saura Mafia was here born. I guess everybody who played Classic will definitely know it. Here's the volcano. So a little bit foggy, I would say. Not sure if the best soundtrack, so I cannot give it an S tier, but I liked Ungoro. I'm always spending here time. I appreciate it. It's a better version of other zones that look like this. I mean, the look is not so strange, different than Feralas, for example. Feralas is not that foggy, but yeah, definitely rank this higher. I cannot explain exactly why, but for me, just more iconic. Feels good, feels better. Do I would like to live here? Maybe not, because of the dinosaurs and everything. But apart from this, it's a very nice zone. I can definitely everybody recommend here to come here and spend some time. Last but not least, now we're heading over to Tanaris. Alright guys, we are at the end of our journey here in Tanaris, last zone. I can already say to you, one of my fave zones in Kalimdor. As you can see here, the little city Getsan. I always have the problem to pronounce it correctly. An awesome city. Everything is here so fitting. This zone is fitting perfectly in my opinion. Everything together. It has these vibes from World of Warcraft, a fantasy game, but also it gives me these Star Wars vibes. You know, like Tatooine and all these things. It's a desert, and a desert is usually very not nice for living. But here you like to spend time. Why? Because it's so different. Ruins, this little city, it even has a coast. We are heading over to the pirates. We have Zul'Farrak, so a lot of very iconic things here in Tanaris. It's definitely, like I told you already, one of my favorite cities. Listen to the sound. This, you can even hear the sand flowing here. It's really perfect. It's perfect. Now we come here to Steam Beetle Port, a very small camp on the east coast of Tanaris with palms. You can see here ships in the background. Look at this, just awesome. The music is changing a little bit. Wow, it just looks, it's perfectly fitting here. I will now interrupt quick, and I will see you back in when we're heading to the pirates. Also here, these bandits, very iconic. Yes, definitely again Star Wars vibes with the, I think it's called no, it's not the Hutton, the Chavas. I don't know exactly, but you know, on Tatooine, these guys that are there around, trying to just steal things, collect things. It's an awesome vibe. Alright, let's head to the pirates. Alright, we're here, Pirates Bay. Look at this. This pirate fortress is so awesome. In general, you can spend a lot of time in Tanaris. I think it's from 40 to 50, especially with Zul'Farrak. Also here you can grind a lot. Look at this Pirates Bay, this Pirates Fortress. They are building here a ship. all these little details, a lot of quests here around, everything just awesome. Alright, let's see what we can see as well here in Tanaris, just a moment. Another very iconic thing, and it's here in Tanaris, the Caverns of Time. I mean, awesome, still some importance nowadays in the game. You can always come back to here for some dungeons that are here. So Tanaris overall has a lot of different things, a lot of history. Completely on the west, you can find also again the insects that are same like in Silithus, some oases, and these open wild fields of sand. And yeah, I can understand if somebody says that's just boring, but I don't know why. But for me, it catches me. And like I said, we've got Getsan, with Steam Port, with the Pirates Bay, with the bandits, with the ogres. The ogres are in the middle of the map. I can definitely tell you, one of my fave zones, definitely in Kalimdor. I will rank it second place after the Barrens, and I just realized I forgot Ungoro, the Ungoro crater before to rank it. It's A tier for me, low A tier, not in a bad way, but you know. And yeah, that's the list. I will now just port quick to Orgrimmar. We will go over the list and finalize it. Alright guys, we are now here in Dalaran. Dalaran is the capital city, the most used capital city in Wrath. That's why I'm here now. At the moment I play Wrath of the Lich King Classic, and this video series is first of all about all the zones in Classic, TPC and Wrath. Maybe later on we head forward, but you know that Cataclysm changed here some things, so this is more about Classic. We started today with Kalimdor. We ranked all the zones. It was a long journey. It took me a few hours to write or create a character for some of the starting zones. Here's the final list. Like I said, on B tier is missing the Draenei starting zone. We have it here. I want to go super quick over it with you. We have in D tier zones that I really would say if you delete them, nobody would really care. Desolace is not the best of them. Why? Because you definitely can quest there. We have Maraudon there, but that's it. Felwood, I don't feel comfy in Felwood. I don't know why. It feels a little bit also like there's not so much quests, like a walkthrough to Winterspring. But okay, not a bad zone overall, but I also cannot appreciate it that much. Stonetalon Mountains, kind of the same problem, like Felwood feels a little bit like a walkthrough, very long ways if you don't have a mount, and usually in Classic you got a mount with 40, so definitely not Stonetalon Mountains. Very less quests, and yeah, just not the best zone. The wood leading to Desolace, that makes no sense. You go in and out, but yeah, it's not really well appreciated. We come to the B tier. B tier already zones where I would say like definitely not bad. Spend their time questing. There are some nice things about this zone, some not so nice things. 1000 Needles, a good zone. It's a little bit strange with all the hills, but okay if you appreciate it. If you and also the Shimmering Flats, something very unique in the game. Darkshore, you're coming there from Teldrassil. I definitely like much more Ashenvale and Teldrassil, so Darkshore is the one that I like the least from the starting points for Night Elf, so I just rank it to the B tier. Feralas, a little bit boring to be honest, but overall a good zone. With Diamol, also a very iconic dungeon, but I just cannot rank it higher because Feralas, who is really thinking about Feralas? So it's pretty good. It's in the middle of the B tier. It's not good, it's not bad, it's not it's just mid of the pack. Dustwallow Marsh, outside of Terramore, it's completely looking the same everywhere, just a swamp, but it has with Terramore and Onyxia some very iconic things. I also like the swamp style of the zone, but it's not changing at all. That makes it a little bit boring at the end of the day, but highest B tier zone, not a bad zone at all. Ungoro, first A tier, nice zone. Jungle, dinosaurs, what else should I say? Winterspring, as you can see here on the list, only zone with snow. I like snow, many people like snow. It's white, it has a very iconic with ever look a very iconic town or small city, however you want to call it. So definitely A tier. Teldrassil, another starting zone. Like I said, also in the B tier is starting zone. I would say in the middle or the end is the Draenei. Teldrassil, another starting zone, or the second starting zone. For Night Elves, definitely good. I see a little bit of a... I give maybe Durotar one more point. Definitely Teldrassil has kind of the same problem in Durotar. Durotar is looking everywhere the same, but Durotar has the coast with the nice, with these islands, and a few more towns, like I told you, the I forgot the name, which is in the middle, the little troll camp, and then yeah, Orgrimmar. Orgrimmar is just a little bit more iconic for me than Naxx. We coming to the first S tier zone, Mulgore. Awesome zone. Everything is perfectly shaped there. It's too good to be true. Maybe it's the only thing that I could say about Mulgore is so good that it starts to be a little bit boring after 10-12 level that you maybe spend there, and then you're going out to the Barrens. We come to Ashenvale. Ashenvale is for me the perfect night elf zone. It gives you a nice vibe. Gives you jungle and forest vibe at the same time. You can meet there with the other faction the first time as a night elf player. It's a big zone. You can spend there a lot of time. Overall, great. Then we come to the top two, or the best two. Tanaris, we just were there. I don't want to repeat it too much. Great zone overall. Gives me Star Wars vibes, fantasy vibes. A desert, but we have water, we have pirates, we have got Getsan, we have Steam Beetle. Great. The Barrens. Number 1 in Kalimdor, in my opinion, without any question. You can spend there a lot of time. I think it's from 12 to 25 or even 30 possible if you consider the dungeons that are there. You have there everything. You have grass, you have desertic, you have hills, you have oasis, you have an harbor, crossroads, a lot of different mobs, a lot of different quests. It's great. It's peak WoW. It's peak World of Warcraft zone here. That's it for today, guys. Like and subscribe or follow if you want to stay tuned. Like I said, I will heading over to Eastern Kingdoms. After this, we make TBC. Then we may draft the Lich King, maybe in the capital cities, and then we will see how it's going on. Let me know in the comments what you think about the tier list, which maybe you like much more, which zone that I maybe like you hate, and let's see what's going on. Good luck, guys, in the game. See you. Bye-bye.